Ja, hallo liebes DHV-Publikum. Heute besuchen wir iGrow Denver, ein Hydroponik-Fachgeschäft am Rande der Stadt. Ja, und freuen uns, dass wir ein kleines Interview mit dem Besitzer machen können und euch eben einen kleinen Einblick geben können, wie auch diese Hintergrundindustrie zur eigentlichen Cannabisproduktion in Denver funktioniert. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, fine too.
Excellent.
Thanks for having us. You are iGrow Denver. How long does iGrow Denver exist here?
We've been in this location for about 2 years or so as iGrow Colorado. We picked up the iGrow induction light about 4 years ago now. I've had hydroponic stores in Colorado for about the last 7 years, so we've kind of seen all different sides of the matter.
Yeah.
With the lighting here, this store is meant as like almost a showroom that we bring our commercial clients to so that they can see how we use these lights in current grows and are succeeding with using vertical growing instead of just horizontal space.
So. And then they can order larger quantities.
Yep, and then they can order large quantities, and we help them with all their nutrients and their watering systems and racking systems and air conditioning and all that fun stuff too. So.
And how was it 7 years ago with the hydroponic stores? Did you sell your equipment for the purpose of cannabis in those times? Or was it more like talking a little bit around it?
We all had signs on our counter that say, we talk tomatoes and not cannabis.
Okay.
Mostly because of our distributors, our international distributors, and they're with the federal laws still being kind of not clear, they had to be careful, but it's definitely changed a lot now. We can be much more specific with our customers and really, kind of tweak in every different plant for what it is instead of just a general category. So it's kind of nice.
So today you offer services like explaining how to grow cannabis and explaining how to use the lamps and to get best yields and stuff?
Yep, exactly. What nutrients to use, what kind of room temperature and environment that is best for certain kinds of strains and certain kinds of cannabis.
Yeah, specifically for cannabis.
Every specifically for cannabis. And veggies too. I do a lot of veggie growers and tomatoes and some of the largest tomato and leafy greens farms in the country. We work with the iGrow induction lights as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but also all the largest cannabis grows.
Yeah, that's nice. So you have both.
Yeah, it's a good balance. Exactly. Yeah.
And how did this change in the last years? It came by legalization that you could say, okay, now we can advocate for cannabis growing and not only for tomato and other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely with the 2014 law changing.
Yeah, it changed a lot, and now I mean we can talk to growers and home growers if they want their legally allowed plants. I can actually sell them a package that is just for that. They can put it in their closet or in their basement and don't have to be scared anymore. And especially with some of the new energy efficient tools that we're using instead of the classic 1,000-watt lights, it's even less of a strain on their houses, and there's really no fire danger anymore if you use these certain equipments, and it's a lot safer in general. So I think it's much more accessible for everybody now instead of just people underground.
So people are now allowed to grow, if they don't have a medical license, they are allowed to grow 6 plants, and 3 of them are allowed to be flowering. So has this increased the number of people who grow for themselves, or has the ability to buy it in the dispensaries decreased the number of growers? What is your opinion? What do you think?
I think there's more growers now, just because, especially the way the taxing is happening right now with a lot of the recreational stuff, that it's a very high tax, and so the cost is much higher. But at the same time, if you work and you have family and you just don't have time, it's just so you can just go down the street and walk into a store and you're fine. So, but I think the do-it-yourselfers and people who really like to be hands-on are still growing and are still learning how to grow as far as that goes. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for this in-view of the whole situation. And I wish you good luck with your business.
Absolutely. Good luck with your journey. Thanks.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. One of the largest grow facilities in the country actually does this, and this is kind of what we design now. Is you use vertical space instead of horizontal space, and with a 400-watt light like this one, we're basically just our energy consumption on one level is almost the same as what you were getting with the old lights, but now you can cover a full 4 by 8 foot area and go higher and just keep multiplying this by levels up as long as you've got ceiling space. So that's what's nice. The cool thing about these lights is they're the first light in the world that's actually replicates the sun at the equator. So for the veg light, which is the whiter light that you see here, this is based on Panama City, Panama. And then the orange light is based on Costa Rica in the fall time when flowers are like this big. And so it's actually replacing sunlight, which is kind of what helps our success, is the plants are doing what they do in nature instead of trying to force them into doing something indoors. So.
And you said you're also selling these lights to a big tomato farm here in the US?
A few of big ones. Chef's Gardens is in Huron, Ohio. He's got over 3,000 of these lights that he uses just for leafy greens and tomatoes. Yeah. Because we got him from seed to in the ground a full 5 days faster on his lettuce crop, which means that he gets an extra 3 crops per year, which is millions of dollars. So he paid off his lights in less than a year. All kinds of tomato farms, and these lights do great with herbs and the home grower, you know, because it's such a low energy consumption that, you know, your power bill, it only costs $20 or so a month to run versus 50 or 60. So, yeah.
But the whole power topic is not so big in the US as it is in Europe, right? We have prices like 25 cents per kilowatt hour.
Wow, yeah.
And here it is like 10 cents or so, right?
I mean, most of our customers are in the 12 to 15 cent range. Okay. And then in the mountains, there's a couple energy co-ops where they're down in like the 3 to 4 cent per hour range. Wow. So, there's a lot of big grows up there. And unfortunately, the energy is going to be the issue here, and that's why we like these lights. Is that, you know, we're not creating energy hogs anymore. You know, we're part of the solution because I mean, with thousands of lights, like when you go see the medicine man later, I mean, he's got thousands of lights, and I mean, it's a lot of energy. You know, I mean, and when you break down actually how much energy it takes coming from in-state, out-of-state, you know, how many households that could run, it's pretty amazing. So it's definitely kind of the next thing I think is going to be the energy consumption part of things. Yes. And that's why we're with these lights for longevity and sustainability. So.
We've heard that in California, the indoor growing, even if they have a lot of outdoor growing, still the indoor growing is using more power than one nuclear power plant could produce.
Oh yeah, I bet. So, man, I think it's close to 5% of the total energy used in the nation is cannabis indoors right now. Yeah, it's not sustainable, you know, especially with our nuclear capabilities, and I mean, it's just disgusting the way they're using the plants, but that's a whole nother topic. It's got to change, and you know, this is kind of.
But here in Colorado, there are more and more dispensaries starting greenhouses, right? That's what we've heard, that more and more are trying to get greenhouses because they save energy and because they save money.
Yeah,
in the
absolutely. End. Oh, we have such great sun here. I mean, it's 315 days a year is just sunshine and blue skies. The cold is the issue, you know, as long as you can keep your greenhouse warm enough, then, you know, really you can grow year round. Outside. So.
Even if it's snowing outside, you have the best light
outside,
and nice sun.
Well, we also use these lights in greenhouses with automated systems where like these will be in the top of the greenhouse. The clouds will come over your greenhouse. The lights will snap on and lower down automatically. And then when the clouds go away, the lights turn off and go back up. So. You know, as far as that's with Argus systems and a couple new, it's called the iGrow 365 greenhouse. Out in California, they've got about 5 of them that they're starting to work with, and it's all automated and it's, you know, it's energy efficient. And
so you, from iGrow, you produce complete greenhouses. You make a complete setup for them.
Complete setups.
Deliver them completely and build them up.
Build them up and
at the place.
We'll teach you how to use it, and then you know, show your growers, and then you know, it kind of goes from there. Yeah, they're plug and play systems, and they're pretty awesome for sure.
It's a nice service.
It's a lot, but I mean, you know, if you're into the greenhouses, it's the way to do it. You know, because you're getting the most use out of your greenhouse and sunshine, basically. So
sure.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Sweet. Thanks again, guys.
Okay, thank you a lot.
That
was nice.
Absolutely.